Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Chamaka Cable. If you're joining me for the first time, you're very much welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, you're also welcome. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the culture of eating with hands. So this video is born out of a video I watched on Instagram, and also, so it's long overdue. I was gonna do it, but I didn't. I kept postponing. And then Densha made a tweet and it's been going around. I'm like, okay, I should do this. We'll start with the tweet. So I'll put it somewhere on the screen. Yeah, I'll leave it here on the screen. So it says, Africans hide behind all types of perverted, disgusting immoralities, call it tradition. It's not tradition. Most things equals to the lack of basic, e.g. eating with hands isn't traditional. They didn't have cutleries. See basic things. I will talk about myself. When I first came to India, I was a bit, I don't know the words to use that would be right for this. Let's just say I was taken aback by some things I was seeing. Take for instance the fact that they eat everything with their hands. Believe me, we do in Nigeria, but there are some things they eat with their hands, and I am just like, but you could use a cutlery. But after a while, you just tend to realize that this is conditioned, and what you're used to is okay, but what you're not used to is not okay. That's the double standard. All over the world, a lot of countries have certain things that they eat with their hands, and it's okay. You do not call people backwards just because they eat with their hands. Try to understand why. Now she's saying it's because of lack of cutlery. That's why Africans eat with their hands. Maybe not. But then a lot of things are born because of lack of, right? Isn't that why we provide solutions? Isn't that why we create products? Because of lack of, like trying to fill that need. But if these persons find out that it's more interesting to eat with their hands, why do you have an issue with it up to the extent of making statements like this, like see basic things? It's crazy. I know that she has been making some tweets about Africans recently that you just tend to wonder what exactly is the problem, lady. But then let's watch this video, because this video is my main point, not even these tweets.
It's difficult because I don't identify as being black. Also, like, I was brought up white, so I couldn't learn how to be black. So now, from the beginning, I was raised white. I never had to learn how to eat with my hands, something simple. I always thought of marrying a white man. So I can't, it's not like I can't identify with being black. It's just I never learned how to. And I never had the opportunity to learn from black people. So I'm white.
So I think it's okay if you think you're white, it's fine. But it makes me wonder, what makes us blacks? Is it the color of my skin? Because there are so many, I'm from Nigeria, there are so many Nigerians who are really light skinned. Like, they're not albinos, they are very, very fair. Does that make them less blacks? Is it the color of our skin? Is it how we behave? Or is black itself a race? Because right now, like, it's becoming confusing for me. African American, this, that. Like, where exactly are you blacks? You say you're not black, you're white, and your intonation, your mannerisms, everything you're doing speaks that you're black. You have that accent that says you're from Southern Africa. No matter how you try to put phone inside, it says you're Southern Africa. At least that is what I got. I might be wrong, but that's what I got. That this person is from the southern part of Africa. You have that accent, and you say you weren't raised black because you did not learn how to eat with your hands, and that's fine. Now, when people talk about eating with hands, I want to understand, how do you eat pizza? Pizza, your McDonald's, or are you expecting me to eat puff puff with toothpick, like my own puff puff in my house? It's not small chops, there's difference, you know. Do you expect me to eat it because you say I should be westernized, I should eat fufu? Or let's not go far, you can eat fufu with spoon, fork and knife. Sometimes I do, I wouldn't like to. Some days I just don't feel like getting my hands dirty. I want to ask this question. Starch, would you use fork and knife to eat starch? Starch that even with your hands you are still learning how to eat. If you don't eat it well, to just be everywhere on your palm, that you won't be able to do any other thing. Like, would you use fork and knife to eat starch? Maybe I am even going too far. The so-called finger foods in the Western world, when you're being served and you're served with chips, when you want to eat chips, do you eat chips with fork and knife or with spoon? Even when you have dips and all that, most of the times, most things you eat with dips, you find out that you use your hands to eat those things. I understand if you're talking about me going to a restaurant and observing etiquette, maybe at a seminar or a conference, that's a different thing. It's understandable that you have to follow those rules. Those are etiquette, business etiquette and all, but you can't force me in my own house. Like, it's a thing people attach with Africans, that we eat with our hands, blah 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 blah. I would have been okay with it if you would bring your pizza and eat your pizza with fork and knife, or you try cutting a burger and eating it with fork and knife or with spoon or with something. But the only place I have issues is where people, there are some things that I just find it weird. I do not even have issues. I find it weird when people try to eat those things with their hands. Take for instance, when Indians try to eat rice and curry, I kind of find it weird. And also with curd, when I first came, though not now, I kind of found it weird then, because I'm like, this is something you should eat with spoon. I find it weird when I go to restaurants and they do not accompany whatever they are serving with a cutlery. You have to ask for it. If you do not ask for it, they would not give it to you. I've been to some restaurants, you have to ask them, please, can I get a spoon? Can I get a fork and knife? Just any cutlery. They would get it for you. It's not like they don't have it. But it's not that thing that comes to them. In Nigeria, when they serve you, if you go and eat amala, I'm not sure anybody will serve you amala with fork and knife, because it's a thing, right? But if you're going to high class hotels, definitely they will accompany it. Not even high class, just they would accompany whatever you bring, right? They will just accompany it with whatever you request for. You accompany it with fork and knife. So you make a decision if you want to use a fork and knife or you want to wash your hands and eat. Now imagine me trying to eat fish pepper soup with my hand. Not the fish itself. I'm talking of pepper soup. Even rice and pepper soup with my hand. If you use that hand, use and chop pepper soup, you're not gonna use it to put in places the Lord has given to you. You would testify the goodness and kindness of the Lord in your life. Amen, somebody. So I don't think it's okay to judge people's tradition. That is one thing I have learned in India. A lot of things they do, when I first came, I used to be like, eh, how? But then you just realize that they've not changed, nothing has changed. If anything has changed, it is you that is new into the environment, not them. Try to learn why they use those things. It's what they are used to. I only have an issue when I go to a restaurant and you're not bringing cutlery there. But if I am If I request for and you give it to me, that's fine. The problem is when I request and you do not have, that then becomes a problem. And you and I both know the best way to eat chicken and enjoy the chicken is when you eat the chicken with your hand. Like, it only gets better. It only gets better when you eat the chicken with your hands, or you eat puff puff with your hands. You eat, thank you. How many of us eat this thing? So yourself, we used to use toothpick once in a while, but even then, we are rushing suya. There is this kilishi. You want to tell me now that if I want to eat kilishi, by the way, I'm not a fan of kilishi. I prefer to eat dambunama. I don't know if I pronounced it well though. Yeah. But you want to tell me now that if I want to eat kilishi, I should carry fork and knife. Hababa. In my own house, even if I'm outside. Let's say it's finger food. Abi, we'll make it equivalent to some of the things they also eat in the Western world and call it finger foods. So what I'm saying is, I don't think it's okay to be so judgmental about people's traditions. Just because it's not Western doesn't mean it's cancelled. That is one issue I have with people. Just because it's not yours, it's not what you do, doesn't make it entirely wrong. Try to understand the basis. Try to understand why it's being done. How did it come about? If it came from a place of lack, don't you think that is okay? Somebody invented spoon. Before spoon, what were they using? Because I haven't read the history of spoon, but I don't think spoon would have always been there from time immemorial. They would have been using something, because somebody would have thought of carving this to be like this, or carving this to be like this, right? So you must have, they must have been using something. So just because this is our generation of trying to stay woke, and this, everything is not about being woke, and not everything you do, not everything we do or say even makes sense. So these are examples from Nigeria, India, and US, UK, based on the things they classify as finger foods. But we do know that Indonesia has a particular food they eat. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that you would eat with hands. Take for instance, I can't drink pap or eat ice cream with my hands, right? Of course I know that's wrong. So it means that I have sense somewhere. I just think it doesn't make sense that each time each time people talk about Africa, they talk about lack of utensils, this, that, and you're not even there. How many Africans have you seen eating rice with their hands? I, for one, sometimes feel like eating rice with my hands. Yes, it happens sometimes. I don't know how. I just know that I just have that feeling. The same way sometimes I get that feeling of wanting to eat swallow with spoon. It does come. However, I never get that feeling when it is starch and banga, because I can't even imagine how that would taste. Or masala soup. So that's it. Just because you're used to something doesn't mean when others do it a different way, it's wrong or it's bad. It's for you to learn just the same way. So the basic thing I'm asking is, what does eating with hands have to do with race? So I want to, like, it's becoming a thing. What makes Africans Africans? What makes blacks blacks? Oh, by the way, let's not talk about the braids. Let's not talk about the braids on our head. So take for instance, if I decide to cut this hair gorimapa and start carrying myself, I stop wearing African prints, or maybe I don't like wearing African prints, and I don't eat with my hands. I eat every other thing, everything I come across, including kilishi with spoon or something. Does that make me white? Can I claim? Because these times, should we start claiming US citizens, start claiming whites? Koyemi, like, I don't understand. Like when I watched this video, I was so, I don't know, it seems when I'm angry, I tend to laugh. I don't know why I was laughing, when I was angry, I was just imagining stuff, going through the comment section also. Okay, this, I saw this on Diary of a Ninja Girl. I'm like, what makes you white? Now that you're thinking of activating your plan B, are you sure you will not start eating with fork and knife so that when all of us are plan B, you can join us in the plan B? Do you and let people do them and the world will be better, I guess. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this, the culture of eating with hands? Where are you from? What are things you guys eat with hands? I was watching a video and where they said eating with hands has some health benefits, like sort of stimulation when your hand touches your lips. I don't know. I read, I listened. When it touches your lips, it sends a message, easy digestion, blah blah blah. I don't know how true it is. Is this something you've heard of? What do you guys eat in your country with your hands? I think as far as you wash your hands, that's fine. As far as you obey etiquette when you go out, that's fine. So let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chamaka. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I, your girl, will see you in my next video. Bye for now.